Hi everybody, today's video is very exciting because I'm interviewing a very successful farmer from Venda. I am so excited because I have been looking for this opportunity and finally I found it. So guys, the content for today is going to be very informative as always, because that's what we do on this channel. This is a true reflection of what I always talk about when I say sometimes people need to just go back to the rural areas, establish themselves, make sure that they develop the rural areas, develop themselves and create employment for others. This person that I'm going to be interviewing today is a true reflection of that. Born and raised in Venda in Thohoyandou, decided to go to Johannesburg to work in Johannesburg and decided no, I am more than just what I'm getting in Johannesburg. Went back to the village, acquired tribal land, started farming, and then it grew and grew. The story is just really motivating. Stay tuned because I'm going to be interviewing the owners of Easy Farm, a very established farming company that is producing citrus and exporting citrus to several countries around the world. From this village here, Thohoyandou, which has become a very beautiful village because of how people from this village have developed. Even with the beautiful houses that we are passing here in this village, it shows that people here are very serious about development in their rural areas. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Venda and I am here at the Black Industrialist and Exporters Conference that is happening at Sandton Convention Center. There are so many black-owned companies that are exhibiting around here, and what I like about this one that I've chosen right now is because it's so relevant for our content as people in the rural areas who are farming and either farming on the small scale or farming at a big scale. I'm going to be talking to the gentleman and he's going to be explaining some other things that most of you guys have been asking. So hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Your name is?
My name is Shumani.
Shumani.
Yes.
Shumani is from Venda, and you know how much I have covered the content in Venda. Big up to everybody else in Venda. Shumani, I have a question.
Yes.
How did this company start?
So, this company started in 1990.
Come closer so that you can
It started
hear.
in 1990 when, it's basically, I'll say, my uncle.
Your uncle,
He
yes.
left Tshivhilwi, he was in business in Tshivhilwi and decided to go to Venda.
Yes.
Because he was born there and he grew up there. Right?
Yeah.
When he got there, he decided to say, you know what, he's tired of that other business that he was doing. He was into dry cleaning and he decided to do farming, right? Maybe a long story short, he got land allocated to him. Right?
Which is on tribal land.
It's on tribal land,
yes, yeah.
right? It's on tribal land and land allocated to him. Initially started with tomato farming. And due to harsh weathers and all those kind of things and not knowing what to do with the product, the end product, he decided to move away and go into citrus. Right? That's when he went into citrus and said, okay, I'm going to start doing citrus. And then obviously he needed to get educated in what he's doing. Because bear in mind, he was not a farmer, right? However, because he grew up in rural homeland where each home has a tree.
Yes.
You know that you need to water your tree, you need to look after your tree, and it's basically what you sow is what you reap.
Yes.
Right? So that's when he decided to go into citrus.
Yeah.
Over the years he's developed and he was able to tap into the market of exporting the fruit into European market, Canadian market. We're also doing Asian markets now. I think 80% of our crop is going overseas. Right? So only about 10% of the crop is what we say goes to the juice factories and whatsoever for the juice, and 10% is what we say is the bucky guys, the ones that you're talking about, that we cater for as well. Because remember, when you export most of the fruit, I'll give you an example like Europe. They're very stringent in terms of how they want the fruit to be. The skin texture on the fruit as well is very important in that point of view. So whatever remains, obviously we do get good grades and we are able to sell into the local market. So that's basically how Easy Farm started.
That's wonderful. But what I want to go back to, you said he was not a skilled farmer.
Yes.
And how did he attain all the knowledge of farming?
Right. So it's a funny situation, because what people do right now, we don't share skills.
Yeah.
Right? He was lucky to be able to interact with other, we call white-owned farms,
Yes.
right? Who were able to upskill him in terms of how to look after the crop, how to plant the trees, the spacing between the trees, and how to grow his farm. And yes, obviously, I can say that they would have taken advantage in terms of saying they want his fruit, because they want to expand their own farms.
Yeah.
Simple example, we do pack fruit for other exporters, right? Who under their banner we sell the fruit to them, because there are certain markets that we cannot actually enter. And in terms of that, it was a skills transfer to say we will have the fruit, and we will plant the fruit, look after the fruit, pass it over to them, right? And they would sell it, and in return they would be able to give us the skills of how to look after the farm and how to operate this farm.
Wow, that's very interesting. That means now South Africans, regardless of any color, they can be able to help each other so that we can grow our economy in the farming, especially in the agricultural sector. This is so fantastic, because we're always thinking that, I'm not going to go to a white person because a white person is going to steal my idea.
Yes.
There's a mind shift around that now, because South Africans are willing to help other South Africans.
Which is very critical, because if like just to add on what you're saying, we need to move away from the color divide, right, and start moving to a point where how do we grow our economy in terms of how do we
South
African in terms of in whichever industry you're in. Look, some of the things like the president was saying when he was upstairs, is that we were not born, we never got those skills. Our parents never left us anything to inherit.
Yes.
Right? Because
never left us anything to inherit, but we have been farmers all our lives.
All our lives, you understand? And obviously there's been rules and regulations to say this is how it should be done.
Yeah.
And because we don't know those things, and you're asking the question, why aren't they picking from their own yards?
Yeah.
Simple example is that some of the trees in their own yards do not give them good yields to be able to cater for their own little markets there, right? Hence they are forced to go to the big scale farmers to buy, and like you were saying, a white man will come up with his truck. It's because he's able to plant, he's able to get his crop to a certain grade or to a certain size, or get good yields out of his farm.
And has a large amount of land to be able to plant.
From a land point of view, it's two ways. In rural Venda example, people have ample land and are not doing anything with it.
Definitely, which is very true, because we acquire this tribal land because of our ancestral lineage, but we do not utilize it to the fullest. Because some other people are sitting on more than 2 acres of land, but they've never utilized it to the best. Some others they graze cows and goats, but just to look at them. They don't do anything. They don't trade after that. A person feels proud that I have 20 cows.
20 cows.
So what are you doing with the 20 cows? You know what I mean?
Because there's opportunity there where you can actually start breeding cattle for beef, and there's always willing buyers, and there's a willing buyer, willing seller kind of thing. But we will wake up in the morning and walk into the shop because we want to buy meat while you got 20 cattle running around in the yard.
Exactly. And also we do not even have good butcheries. We end up going to Checkers and Spar to go and buy meat.
It's us that we need to it's a mind shift to say we can actually do it ourselves. When we were young, we were taught something called subsistence farming, where you farm to eat.
Yes.
Right? currently, like you're saying, the 2 acres, they are farming and...
That's a large amount of land.
You know,
we've always had something close to 2 acres.
Yes, and they're not using it.
But we have always used it for subsistence farming, which it can extend into actually trading, commercial purposes.
Yes.
Yes. No, this is wonderful. So why the name? Why is it called Easy Farming?
Easy Farm. The old man's name was Israel.
Oh yeah. Oh, wonderful.
So when you go Israel, obviously turning Israel to easy, it goes Easy Farms.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
This is a very encouraging and motivating story, because we don't get to talk to people who are just like you and your uncle, who have started something from just down there and then make sure that they acquire skill from a person that we all think that is not going to be able to transfer the skill.
Yeah.
But willingly, he was able to say, I need what you know.
Yeah.
Because somewhere, somehow, we need to understand how farming is. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it so much.
No, thank you very much.
There you got it, guys.
All right.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. These are farmers that are out here exhibiting, and you can do it. If you can do it, you can do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. How inspiring is this, guys? Comment down below and let me know what you think of this interview. I am very much inspired. I am also inspiring you to look at going back to the rural areas, acquiring your tribal land and making use of it. Being around Black excellence throughout this day at the Black Industrialists and Exporters Conference, I really enjoyed being Black and being successful. I want to be successful. I'm sure you want to be successful yourself. I left Sentin Convention Center inspired so much. I'm going back to my rural areas. I'm going to have impact in my rural areas. Go back to your rural areas and have the same impact too. I mean, we need to employ other people. We need to create employment. We need to make sure that we work hard in the cities but still go back to our rural areas and plant back and develop our rural areas. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. I'll see you on the next video on Sunday, and I'm thinking of posting on Wednesdays. You guys tell me what you think about Wednesday videos. I'll post on Wednesdays if you ask me to do so.